Hey guys, so we're about to move into a step 3 of the 5 steps to a sale, which is going to be ask questions to establish a need. So we just finished up step 2, which is ask questions to qualify. So now we know that the customer that we're talking to is able to buy T-Mobile. So they have somebody else besides T-Mobile. So the first thing that we're going to do in step 3, which is ask questions to establish a need, is compare their current provider with the experience of other customers that we've helped out. So just to see if they have a similar story, right? This kind of establishes our credibility. It says, well, this is what I've seen with other people that I've helped out. I assume that you've seen the same thing, right? And it kind of gives us a gauge about where we are with the customer, what they're feeling. Without a need, there is no sale, right? So we need to figure out what it is that the customer's not getting from their current provider that we can provide, right? That pain is going to come in one of 4 categories. It's going to be price, phones, data or speed, or coverage. So we're just gonna kind of compare, like most AT&T customers feel this way. I assume you feel the same, right? So I'm gonna jump into that and show you what it looks like. So follow along in your pitch, right under the number 3, ask questions to establish a need. This is gonna be the very first box, cool? So go ahead and make sure that you have that in your hand and we'll get started. So if your customer tells you that they have AT&T, the first thing that I'm gonna say is, okay, so most of the customers that I've been able to help out with AT&T, they've told me that they're okay with their phones, but weren't so excited about that high monthly bill. I assume you feel the same way, right? Now, if your customer has Verizon, you're just gonna look directly below that, and it's the exact same question, right? So most of the customers that I've been able to help out with Verizon, they tell me that they're okay with their phones, they're just really not so excited about that high monthly bill. I assume you feel the same way, right? Sprint customers a little bit different because most Sprint customers have a lot of trouble with their coverage, so we just change up the question a little bit, right? So most of the Sprint customers that I've been able to help out, they tell me that they're okay with their phones, but weren't so excited about that bad coverage that they get. I assume you feel the same way, right? And then the one below that is for prepaid. So basically anything else besides these 3 main providers is going to be prepaid. So like Cricket, Boost, things like that. So let's assume that the customer said Cricket, right? So we'll just say, well, most of the customers that I've been able to help out with Cricket, they tell me that they're okay with their price, but weren't so excited about the phone selection that they were given. I assume you feel the same way, right? Now, the answer to this question isn't ultimately all that important, but what it does is it gives you an idea of what the customer's thinking, right? So if you say, most Verizon customers that I help out are okay with the phones, but they're not so excited about the price. I assume you feel the same way, right? Now when the customer is like, yeah, I totally agree, like they're gouging me on price, it's terrible. Like you already know that you've gotten a little bite, on the end of your line, and that's something that you can focus on. And then we're gonna move on in a minute, in a few videos here, into our question tree. But first, practice these likes and dislikes. It's just really easy memorization. Go over them a few times, with your trainer, family, friends, whoever, and make sure that you practice those.